channel that sits at a staggering near 40 million subscribers. And with a young kid in the profile picture and the brightly colored banner, you can make the assumption that this is just any other kids channel. However, when you realize the true dark side about his parents controlling and manipulating his entire life, a full decade of making the exact same videos targeted directly to kids, and being publicly humiliated nowadays, it doesn't exactly sound all that appetizing. Ryan began his channel at the ripe age of 4, creating videos such as Ryan opens Easter egg surprise, Ryan plays with Play-Doh, and Giant Lightning McQueen egg surprise. Nothing seemed skeptical at all. Although one major contributing factor to keep filming these videos was the sheer view count. 32 million views, 30 million views, 1.1 billion views. This amount of views when Ryan wasn't even beginning preschool yet was groundbreaking, and to no surprise, was spread across the entire internet.
Ryan is only 7 years old, but he's already selling out aisles of toys at Walmart and Target like a retail veteran.
What's surprising is that in an interview with Ryan and his 2 parents, Shin and Loanne, they state that they had no say in Ryan creating a YouTube channel and that it was fully his idea.
When I was 3, I was watching other people and I was like, why am I not on there? And I started my own YouTube channel.
His mom, who was a teacher at the time, took him shopping for a toy and he opened it on camera. It would be his first video.
Although there's no real guarantee that this was the case, because for majority of kids at that age, cracking the code to the YouTube algorithm wouldn't exactly be their first preference. However, over the course of the next 9 years, Ryan was unaware that his entire life was about to change forever. Generating over $22 million in a single year back in 2016, and now in 2024 having an estimated net worth of over $100 million. Not exactly a bad life for someone that hasn't even reached his teenage years yet. Now, you'd naturally assume that Ryan's parents would be smart with the money they've earned and set aside enough for Ryan and generations to come. But that simply couldn't be further from the truth. Ryan's mum has a criminal history of stealing items from a clothes shop, failing to pay back the fine, do her community service, and therefore spent a month of her life in jail. And his dad isn't exactly the most likable man on the internet either.
On track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
So what exactly caused the downfall of Ryan's World? In August of 2022, the Ryan's World YouTube channel would receive 468 million views. Fast forwarding 2 years later, and that number is just shy of 300 million. And while that number is still higher than majority of YouTubers will ever get in their entire career, there is still a downward slope in the views over the long run. What's more noticeable though is when checking the view counts on recent Ryan's World videos, they only range anywhere from 100,000 to 500,000. For a channel that is still getting 100,000 subscribers weekly and on average 15 million views over the course of 24 hours, something is going wrong. The most prominent feature? That Ryan isn't the same kid that he used to be. Back in 2016, Ryan is seen enjoying himself and is clearly happy to be in the videos, playing with the toys that you can tell genuinely interest him. But nowadays, Ryan is seen still dressing up in the same costumes and acting a way that no near teenager would act in videos such as Ryan Goes to Superhero School Challenge,
999,998, 999,999, 1 million. Morning workout complete. I'm ready for superhero school. While I head to school, check out this clip from Ryan's World, the movie Titan Universe Adventure.
Therefore, it's no surprise that comments have been disabled, as well as a significant dislike to like ratio at 62%. It also doesn't help that this exact clip has been spreading on TikTok, gaining over 37 million views with the caption "Let bro retire already," and the comments definitely didn't miss anything either. Like, bro, EvanTube already graduated, 500,000 likes. The bills cannot be this high. I know he gets bullied for this. He's counting how many videos he's done, which are all completely fair points. Similar kid creators like EvanTube have moved on and stopped creating the content they were once making, even if they did see a significant decline in views. The same can be said with what used to be a kids channel called the Gem Sisters, which, just like Ryan, grew up. But instead of creating the same content that they did 9 years ago, they instead shifted to vlogging their day-to-day lives and making content that actual teenagers should make. The news about Ryan's World still creating the same videos aimed at kids, whilst not directly being a kid anymore, spread around social media in a matter of just days, and other YouTubers were quick to the topic. A user called Soggy Cereal would upload "destroying your kid's life for views."
So now Ryan is just being used as a puppet by his parents and managers to squeeze out the last bit of cash he's got in him, not just sacrificing his childhood in the process, but also his future. If Jake Lloyd got relentlessly bullied in high school for playing Anakin Skywalker, the literal chosen one in Star Wars, I don't want to know what will happen to one of the most goofy kids known on the internet, who's being forced to do whatever this is at the age of 12 for everyone to see.
And another creator, Curse, would upload "Ryan's World is crumbling."
But I really hope for Ryan's sake, this YouTube saga ends soon for him, so he can actually try to live a normalish life for however long he can. He was already stripped of a normal childhood. Granted, he got into content creation when he was 4, but he honestly doesn't need to do it anymore. They're already rich, and if they somehow blew through 100 million in 8-ish years, they deserve to be poor.
The most noticeable comment on every video about Ryan's World is talking about his childhood, and any chance of making friends throughout high school has practically been ripped right away from him. They also talk about the high probability that Ryan will get bullied for the rest of his life, as Ryan has one of the biggest digital footprints in the world, so he can't simply just disappear without a trace. On the 22nd of August 2024, John Ushai would upload a 53-minute video to YouTube titled "Meet YouTube's Richest 12-Year-Old, Ryan's World," where he would interview Ryan, his parents, and discuss with them how they built Ryan's World into one of YouTube's biggest empires. What originally was planned to be a heartfelt interview with Ryan answering most of the questions himself turned into a complete nightmare when he would barely get a chance to say anything, and instead his dad did nearly all the talking.
When you guys look ahead, like any other projects that you're most excited about, like the future of the channel, like how do you think about the future of Ryan's World and your business and your family?
You know, right now I feel like we're at the tipping point where like the movie is a great moment, and then from there, you know, we wanted to kind of step aside and think about what we want to go. Ryan's turning 13 years old this year, so he's turning teenager. So we're thinking about, do we want to introduce something like that align with his age, like more for aligned to the preteen demographic, or we want to stay on with the going more for the animation. That's something we're kind of debating right now.
This interview alone would go on to gain upwards of 2 million views, but the comments had something entirely different to say. I can't wait for the real Ryan interview in 10 years, and not just his parents being interviewed with him present. I feel like in 20 years, we will see a Netflix documentary about how his parents robbed him blind, pushed him for more and more content, and he becomes an addict and loses everything. I interviewed Ryan, incorrect. I interviewed Ryan's parents, correct. Bro, let bro talk. It feels like they hiding some shit. It got so bad that another YouTuber would mock the entire interview and change up the thumbnail to what he is currently experiencing, and the worst part, it's genuinely true. It's only a matter of time before Ryan's parents, Shin and Loanne, realize the utter catastrophe that they have created for their son. What they originally thought was what they will be doing for the rest of their lives, generating millions of dollars every month, has slowly turned into exactly what they fear the most: cancellation. And it seems at this current moment, this is what's happening, as this drama is only spreading further and further across social media, so it's anyone's best guess as to how the Ryan's World channel will continue to grow now that Ryan is finally